I'm Maya's mom, and I've heard that some of her friends don't know how to cook, and that's just not going to work. You have to know how to cook. It's like life skill number one. So I'm going to teach you how to make our favorite. I make this all the time, and it's delicious. It's called a fried egg and avocado sandwich. Okay, so the first thing you need is a frying pan. This is a ceramic frying pan. It's non-stick. Non-stick is easier to use than any other kind of frying pan, but if you have like a stainless steel frying pan, just use a little extra butter. Here's my butter. I need a knife to cut my butter. I have a spatula that works with my non-stick pan. I need an avocado. Now, avocados, when they're ripe and nicely ripe, they're kind of slightly squishy. If you grab an avocado and it feels like a rock, not ripe. But this one, I don't know if you can see, my thumb kind of goes into it a little bit. That's perfect. If it goes in really easy and it's super, super soft, it's probably overdone. But this one goes in just nicely. I don't know how else to explain that. Another way you can tell is if you just pop this off, it's going to be like not green. If it's green, it's not ripe. Not quite ripe, but this one's brown. And it's like just nice. Can you see that? Nice and soft. When we open it, it's probably going to be perfect. I'm going to put my money on that's perfect. I need a nice big knife to open up my avocado. We're going to use Gouda cheese today. I like using cheese that's already pre-sliced because it makes things easier, but you can just get a block of cheese and slice a chunk off. I have my free-run eggs and bread. We need a little bit of salt, some pepper, and this makes all the difference. Just a hint of cloves. It's very strong, but just a hint tastes amazing with the sandwich. If you don't have cloves, allspice also works really well. Okay. I don't know how to do this one-handed. I'll figure this out. Hang on. Okay, first things first, we are going to grab some bread. One slice for me, one slice for Maya. Goes in the toaster. Next step. We need a plate. Okay, plate. Now, if you really want to make this gourmet, you're going to go to your oven and you are going to bake at something low, like 170. See if this works. Start. That's just enough to keep your sandwich warm and to lightly melt your cheese. Okay. My bread's toasting. My oven's preheating. Next thing I'm going to do is start my fried egg. Hang on. Okay, I've got my butter. Can you see how big of a pat that is? That's probably a lot of butter, but I like my butter. So I got my butter on my pan. Yeah, that's a lot of butter, but that's okay. And we're gonna choose the right thing. It's this guy. And we're gonna go with medium for now. Okay, not high, not super low. I'm gonna go medium to fry my eggs. Oop, let me grab 2 eggs. I'm making 2 sandwiches. So that's melting. My bread is toasting. Actually, we'll leave those in here. In the meantime, my bread is going to pop up any second, and we are going to cut this open. They popped. How do I do this and hold the phone? I will figure this out. Hang on. Okay, so here you have your knife. See how I'm holding it? I'm gripping this, and I have my thumb against the blade, and I'm squeezing it like this. So I have full control over this knife. I'm holding my avocado, and I'm just going to gently push my knife into the avocado. And there is a pit in the middle, so your knife will stop, and you just sort of roll your knife around the pit all the way around. Okay. Take that out, and then you just twist. Look at that. Now you've got your avocado open. Now, okay, this part, any brown parts are kind of rotten. You don't want to eat that, but this actually is pretty good. So I'm going to take this one first, and I'm going to cut my avocado into slices. Be very careful. Don't cut right through to your hand. Just go very carefully. If you're worried, you can put this down and slice against the plate or a cutting board. You know, cut your hand. But this makes for nice slices of avocado. Just leave it in the peel. Okay, before I take this one out, I'm going to grab a piece of toast and I'm going to throw some butter on here because I'm a butteraholic. And then I've got really cold butter from the fridge. I'm just going to scrape a bit off there. And that'll melt nicely on my toast. Okay. Now I'm going to take a spoon. There's a good spoon. All right, I'm going to take a spoon and I'm just going to go in, not take this yucky piece, but I'm going to scoop out the avocado that I've cut and just going to plonk it on my bread and spread it out on top of the butter. Look at that. How nice is that? Now, to do the other one, I'm going to aim it. So I'm holding my knife properly. I'm just going to go chuck and then twist that thing and it comes out attached to the knife. And since I have an empty shell here, I can just grab that pit and pull it off my knife and not get my hands too gross. So and then you just do the same with this one. Slice it nicely. But right now, my pan has a lot of melted butter in it. And it's nice and hot. I can feel it. If I put my hand close, it's a bit too hot. I wouldn't dare touch it. And you can see the butter bubbling, but not hissing and sizzling and browning really quickly. So it's a good temperature. If it's hissing and sizzling and browning really fast, you're burning your butter. Your pan's too hot. All right, just gonna go tap. You see how it's cracked there? I'm gonna stick my thumb in it and gently pull it apart. And plonk one in. Let's grab another egg. Do the same. Tap. Oh, this is a good one. I really cut this open. I'm just gonna pull it apart and plonk it in there. Okay, my oven's preheated. That's nice. Let's check this out. Okay, just gonna give my hands a rinse. This is ready for an egg. What we need to add on there, oh, it's almost ready. I need to add a piece of cheese. You can either put the cheese underneath your egg or on top of your egg. I find if I put the cheese underneath the egg, then it melts faster. So that is ready for an egg. And that's all we do. Let's prep the second plate. Okay, that one's ready. Let's get one more plate. We're gonna get a piece of toast. And then we're gonna put some butter. Where's my knife? Now this toast is no longer super warm, but that's okay. Gonna scrape some butter. Now, those eggs are cooking nice and slowly. They're not sizzling angrily. They're just sizzling gently. That's how you want to fry your eggs, slowly. Otherwise, they'll burn on the bottom and nothing will be cooked all the way through. Slow sizzle. Okay, I'm going to do my next avocado. I'm just going to carefully, see how thinly I'm slicing them? Like, it's just thin slices. Because I find they lay nicer that way on your sandwich. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, I'm going to take my spoon and scoop around. And plonk it down. Just give it a nice little spread. Looks so nice. Okay. I'm going to grab a piece of cheese. I find Gouda is really yummy and healthy. Havarti melts really easy, easier than the Gouda. I just don't happen to have any Havarti. All right.
And I guess Parmesan can go to hell.
Parmesan is good. It's good on salads and in like pastas. All right. I've got 2 eggs. I'm just going to separate them. Maya likes her egg sunny side up. I like my egg flipped over. Now, we're going to take a close look at this egg. Can you see over here, you've got a little bubble starting here? Keep your eye on those bubbles. When this turns white, then you know that your egg yolk is sort of getting cooked through. This doesn't have that yet, which makes me wonder, is it centered on the thing? I might scooch this one over a bit. Oh, look, this bubble's starting to get a little bit white around the edges, and this is sort of boiling in there. Yeah, you want to see like boiling through your egg yolk, then you know the inside's getting cooked. This egg looks a bit more cooked than this egg right now to me. But if you can see, this is also sort of bubbling here. That's a good sign. Okay, and now my edges are starting to get a little brown. What I'm going to do, now you can leave this. If you don't want to flip your egg, you can just turn it down a little bit from here. I just turned it halfway now between medium and low. And you can just leave it for a few more minutes. See how there's white coming through here? That means your egg yolk is getting nice and cooked through. These are almost done. I'm not going to flip Maya's, but I like mine flipped, so I'm just going to go underneath. Because I have a whole bunch of butter, it goes easy. Lift it and just go. Oh, let me try it again. Underneath and go floop. And there we go. Oh yeah, mine is going to be perfect. All right, I have 2 plates ready for eggs. Okay, these look good. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my, always remember to turn off your stove. Always. Okay, now look, I'm just gonna hold this, scooch this underneath my 1 egg, and plonk it right on top of my cheese. I'm gonna take this one. See how it's cooked through the yolk? See how that means the yolk is good. It's probably like still kind of runny-ish. Now we're going to put it in the oven. It'll cook a little bit more. It'll be just right. Maya will show you how it looks. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of salt. And ours is in a grinder. You can just use a shaker though. Just a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then my favorite, just a little bit of cloves. Not a lot. You have to shake it. Don't shake it. Don't shake it like this or you'll ruin it. You want to shake it sideways and just go gently back and forth till it kind of just sort of, hello, where are you, cloves? There we go. See? Just a tiny bit. There we go. You're much more controlled with your cloves that way. My oven's preheated. These are going to go in here. 170 is a nice low, just keep it warm temperature. It will keep it warm and melt the cheese. And we're going to put that in there for about 5 minutes. Or, well, 4 minutes. Let's go 4 minutes. Start. You don't have to put it in the oven. You could just simply put it on the table and eat it. This is me getting fancy. And now I'm just going to put my stuff away and clean up my kitchen while this is warming and melting in the oven. Okay, we can turn it off and then we'll show the end result. This has been on 170. I put 170 because I knew Maya was going to take forever to get downstairs. 170 is safe for your actual plates. 180 is also safe for your actual plates, but only for, I wouldn't put them in for like 20 minutes. 5-6 minutes is okay. But 170, I put my regular plates in there and they've been in there, I'm going to say about 15 minutes. And come take a look. This cheese is melted. This egg still looks like it's how I put it in there. It hasn't been overcooked, but this is going to be too hot to touch with my hands. So I'm just going to grab a thing. You can pull out your rack so you can get a better grip. And you can just take out your plates. And then you push your rack back in, close the door, turn off your oven. I press cancel. All right, we'll see you at the table. Okay, we're back. Here is Maya's beautiful, here's Maya.
Hi.
And here is Maya's beautiful,
It's very
perfect
nice.
looking
As
eggs.
a perfect looking
Egg, fried egg and avocado sandwich. Okay, you want to cut it open and show how your egg yolk looks. It is a little bit runny. Not super crazy runny, but a little bit runny. It's the perfect consistency. It's like a cheese sauce, right?
It literally is.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's very nice.
Okay, and you cut it open.
Beautifully done.
Oh, it's like, it is so yummy. Okay. And the egg white's not goopy.
No, it's like...
It's perfect. Let's see what it looks like inside. That is one damn delicious sandwich.
It's a nice sandwich.
Here's mine. Oh, I can't do this one-handed. Maybe I can. Okay. Oh, look at that. I just want to show you what mine looks like on the inside. My egg is runny, but not quite as runny as Maya's. Just wanted to show you that. I just don't like any risk of having a goopy egg white. That drives me crazy. Although Maya's was perfectly done, but mine is also perfectly done, and I love it. There you go. Enjoy. I want to see if you try it, okay? There was one thing I forgot to mention, or I should have mentioned while talking about the cheese. I said you could just take, like, slice a chunk of cheese off and use that instead of like pre-sliced cheeses. That's not going to work. If you have block cheese, you need to grate that sucker. Yeah, grate like a couple tablespoons worth of cheese and sprinkle that on. And I would sprinkle that on top with your egg, throw it in the oven, let it melt. Because a chunk of cheese, especially if it's like cheddar, will not melt for you. Ever. You definitely grate that. Do I need to show you what? It's like the big side of the grater. You know, that looks, I'll show you, hang on. Okay, this is my grater. So if you're gonna grate a thing of cheese, use this big one. Stick your thing on your cutting board, get your chunk of cheese and go, do not grate your fingers. This is really sharp. You can grate your fingers and your fingernails, so be careful. And then, you know, your cheese will fall in there. And you'll just take your cheese and put it in there. So the other parts of this grater, I use this one for grating carrots if you want to throw some fresh carrots on your salad. It's actually really yummy. This is like your zester. Like if you have something that calls for some lemon zest, you just take your lemon and you rub it against this, like the actual peel, and this will grind off the peel for you. That's what that's for. So you grind your lemon or orange against that, and then you'll have like this lovely zest come in on this side, and you just use a knife and scrape it off. Okay, and then this is like a I guess a vegetable slicer. You can slice zucchini or anything with that, but it's quite wide. I never use this thing. I find it really awkward to use, and this one's bent, and I don't know. I'm always so scared of really taking off a fingertip with that one. So this is your cheese grater right there.